Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Every Damn Day. It's Jerry at the Fledge, and I have with me today Lanitra Lachey Davis of AddiXions Salon. How are you doing today,
I'm
Lanitra?
great, Carrie. How are you?
I am doing very, very good.
Awesome,
Um, so it's a rainy, cold, nasty day here in Michigan.
as usual.
Not always. We had some nice days once or twice this summer.
I like blue moon though, you know?
Yeah,
It's a
it's
mission.
uh, it's gonna get worse and worse, isn't it?
It is. But
Yeah. Hey, your audio's breaking up a little bit on me uh, since we were practicing.
okay. Can you
Um,
hear me better?
I can hear you better.
Okay.
All right, sorry about that. Um, so, what I was hoping is that you could tell us a little bit about Lanitra and a little bit about AddiXions Salon.
Absolutely. So a little bit about me is I am a mother of eight. I am newly engaged to a wonderful man, Anthony Davis. And yeah, I lived here majority of my life in Lansing, Michigan. About 6 years I spent in Nashville, Tennessee, and I've known that I was going to do hair since I was probably about 4 or 5 years old. I've been
Hmm.
doing hair, fucking up some hair, doing some good hair, along the way. But I definitely knew that this is where I would be, and I'm a poet as well, so I do poetry.
I
But
noticed.
yeah, so
So, did you say fucking up some hair?
yeah, yep. When
What's
I was
what's the
very
worst thing you did?
Um, the worst thing I did.
Or something? I don't know.
um, the worst thing. Hey Maya. Um, I got a couple of worst, but I would have to say the worst thing I ever did was to a young lady that is still good friends of mine. um, she needed a perm and a color, and you're supposed to do them 2 weeks apart from each other.
I know where this is
And
going.
yeah, I didn't wait 2 weeks, and within about 24 to 48 hours, all of her hair fell out, and we went bald. So the thing though was this was this was about a couple decades ago, and she loved me enough that we cut her hair bald, and she would still be my client to this day. She lives in Tennessee, so that was
that's
the
a
strangest thing.
that's a good one. Um, so now I got a little distracted on that. Um, so you said that were you born in Lansing?
I was, I was
But
born
you
here in
spent
Atlanta.
6 years in Nashville.
Yep.
Um, did you go to high school in Lansing?
I did. I went to Sexton.
All right, I'm a Quaker. I
Yep.
like.
I'm a big red.
I need to start asking everyone what high school they went to. So, um, but yeah, you're probably way way younger than me.
Yeah.
So
Women don't tell their age,
no,
Jerry.
nope, I'm not asking. I'm not asking.
But I do tell because that saying they say black don't crack. So I'm very proud of my age. I'm 36.
Well, I wouldn't have guessed. I'd have guessed a lot younger than that. I was trying to do the math um, with 8 kids too,
Oh yeah.
uh, but maybe
Yep.
you got yeah.
I started
So
I started pretty young. I had my first one when I was 16, and he is now 20. Yeah, he's 20.
20.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
yep, I started pretty young. So they range from 20, my oldest, up to I have a baby that's his name is Seven. That is not yet one. He'll be one on December 8th.
Ah,
Hmm.
nice.
Yeah.
So are they all? Well, not all of them are in school, but how's school going in this age of COVID this year?
COVID has really changed some lives. Um, for me, COVID hasn't really done much, but as far as the whole school thing goes, not so great. I'm not a
Yeah.
school teacher. That's
Yeah.
that wasn't my calling. So it's a struggle. So we're just,
Yeah.
we sailing through. My older kids are doing great, but my younger kids, You know, if I don't get up at 8:30, it's like, here's
Yeah.
breakfast, guys.
My wife's a fifth grade teacher at Pattongill.
Oh, maybe that can come over
So
to you guys' house.
no, no, no. I can't tell you where we live. We live close to AddiXions though.
Oh, well, as soon as I
Yeah.
find out,
So
they'll be coming by.
you said something that's amazing to me because not everyone gets to do what they wanted to do when they were a little kid. Like I wanted to be a window washer. Like I wanted to go way up on skyscrapers and wash windows. I thought
Uh-huh.
that would have been cool. But you said you always knew you wanted to do hair.
I did.
Um, that's it's nice that you
Yeah,
get to do that now.
I do. I
Um,
tell people all the time that it's very important that you live your own dream. Don't live someone else's, because you can get lost in someone else's dream. So you have to decide. I knew I was going to do hair. I was doing my own hair before I was a teenager. I was making a lot of mistakes too on my family. Like I had a little cousin, his name is Demetrius, and I used to practice on him. He's going to kill me, but he used to let me put he was younger than me, so he was like my guinea pig. He would let me put relaxers and texturizers in his hair, and we did it without the permission of anyone. And so we would often get in trouble, but we still would do it again. And then it got to the point where I wanted to explore everything, so I even shaved my eyebrows off thinking that my mom wouldn't notice, and she did. I cut my own hair in school as a kindergarten. I went to school with hair beads on, and I came back with no beads. I had like a little bob, and again, thinking my mom wouldn't notice. So yeah, I just feel like this. A lot of people don't actually get to fulfill their purpose and know what their calling is, but I did, and so I'm grateful for that. So.
you, you know, I when I was watching the businesses start to shut down
Mhm.
and schools were closing, and I realized, that a lot of things, a lot of people were going to be hurt, and there were going to be a lot of things that were going to have to change. And then I started seeing people like, oh, my salon is, shut down, or my barber or whatever. And I was thinking in my head, and bear with me, I'm like, so what? Who cares if that, I mean, I feel bad for the entrepreneur, but I had this kind of nonchalant attitude towards it. And then I found something out. This
Yeah,
is a lot more than doing someone's hair,
absolutely.
right? This is about self-esteem. It's about a
Mhm.
therapy session. It's about seeing your friends. I mean, wow. It
So there, people will probably be a little upset, but I've never been really big in the whole COVID thing. I'm a different kind of person, so I believe there was a different agenda with COVID. So I've never been scared. If we gave hugs before COVID, I'm still giving hugs now. Okay. Um, COVID for me, it sent me home when our salon had to close down for that moment. It sent me home so that I could build a better relationship with the children at my house that I barely got to see. I usually would rush in the morning. I'm waking up and I'm running off to work. So when COVID came, it actually gave me a chance to sit at home and get to know my family more. So although I was hurt that I couldn't, still go and make as much money and do all the things that I used to do, but it was still that part of me that was like, this is what I have been missing all those years, just being at home with your family. So I felt bad for a lot of the salons. Even now, some salons still haven't even opened back up, or they don't have the clientele that can still satisfy them being open, enough to support their bills and things like that. So I do feel bad for them. But as soon as we were able to open, it was like we never closed, you
yeah.
know? So definitely we are therapists. All of our clients are more than just our clients. We don't look at everyone when they walk in the door as a revenue increase. We look at when they walk in the door, they ain't going nowhere else because they're going to fall in love here. Like, we love our clients. They're our friends, you know? So definitely. And we're all about boosting up esteem here. So when you walk in one way, I promise you, you're leaving an entirely different way. If you just had went through a heartbreak, baby, we sending you out the door. You already on a mission. You don't forgot about him. You onto something else. So we kind of look at ourselves a little bit different. We're a salon of individuals that look at each other like family. We're not just a bunch of people that, just work and don't care. We all care. So,
I just had an epiphany here talking to you.
mhm.
Um, I've been talking with the guy out at the Meridian Mall, the High Caliber Karting. They do go
Uh-huh.
karting. You might not know. I don't know if you've heard of them or whatever. But we talk about the way the economy behaves right now and how it's turning into an experience economy. People want to do things. They don't just want to buy stuff.
Mhm.
And that could be going to, his place or getting their hair cut or their
Mhm.
hair done. But he also was talking about a transformation economy where people want to be transformed. And it just hit me, you're already doing that. That already exists.
Absolutely. Because a lot of times people are living, like I said about your dreams, people are living through somebody else. So every day they're getting up to help fulfill somebody else's dream. So they're not who they are. They're dressing in a way that they feel like is comfortable for society. They're wearing their hair in a way they feel like is comfortable for society. They're talking in a way they feel like is comfortable for society, when in reality is nobody matters. Nobody matters. You have to be happy and comfortable with you. That means if you want to wear crop tops, I wear crop tops all the time, like almost every day. And it's like, but I can do that because I'm me. And if you judge me in a certain way, you have to first, he without sin cast the first stone. You can't judge me. You gotta first judge you. When you wake up in the morning, you judge you. Let God judge me. So a lot of times people, they're unhappy with themselves, so they adapt to society. I'm not adapting. So I'm living how I want to live. And if you love me, you're going to follow suit. You don't have to live like me because I'm going to love you regardless, but you're going to accept me the way that I am. And that's what we're about to. At the salon, everybody is so different, so different, but I embrace that. You should be who you are, and don't let anyone make you feel bad for who you are or being who you are. As long as you're a great person, nothing else matters.
Well, I think you're a great person. And today's not the first time we've talked. We've got to know each other over the last 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll mention it first. You're going to graduate tonight from the One and All program
I sure am.
in the first cohort. And it
Mhm,
has been an absolute pleasure getting to know you,
mhm.
seeing your smile every single time, seeing you come to the check-in meetings, always hustling. So you'd be working or doing something to somebody's hair or cleaning the shop while you were checking in, and you were always hustling. So
It has. It's been great. I do appreciate the One in Our program. Working with Miss Fonda, who is my mentor, and she has adopted me as a glam daughter at this point. Like, I absolutely love her. Okay. Um, it's been a complete pleasure, even getting to know the rest of the cohort. Like, everybody is so different. And these are people that I would have never met without the program.
yeah,
Also, I got to give a big shout out to Diamond Brown, who actually told me about the program. And I hope that she's in the second round of cohorts. She is amazing. She
yeah,
doesn't.
yep. I hope so too. I know who that is.
Yeah.
Um, the I forgot that I had comments over to the right, and I talked to
Mhm.
Fonda earlier, and
Mhm.
she told me that she might be missing it because she has something sad going on and all of that.
Yeah.
But of course, she's here because she's the biggest fan of all of us. She is the biggest supporter.
Absolutely.
So we're both going to say hi, Fonda.
Hey,
Um,
Fonda. Hey,
and
Mama.
she says that well, she said a bunch of things, including great response, Lenitra, but I don't know what we were talking about at the time. Oh, it gave you time to be a mommy. She said
Yes.
that. But also, she said, we love being an addictions client. The experience is everything. So, there's the answer to, well, we'll talk about that in a second. One and All was great. What's something you do every damn day
Every damn day
that gets your mission going
that gets my mission going
or something?
is I pray. I am a prayer. I pray about everything that I do. good or bad, I pray about it. So every damn day I pray and I love on my family. Like when I wake up in the morning, my house gets kisses. My soon to be husband is kisses. Like there's so much love in my house. That's important to me. So every damn day before I start my day, that's what I do. I make sure that everybody in my at my address knows that I love them before I leave.
That's amazing, and I love how that ties into the, kind of getting sent home during
Mhm.
COVID and what you were able to take advantage of and all of that. That's
Yeah.
I do think there were a lot of good things. You and I talked about being Christian a little
Hmm.
bit before we got on here,
We did.
and we got some. I'm not Christian. We didn't talk about that. Sorry, but we got some similar views.
Mhm.
Like I'm not anti-Christian either. Um,
Uh,
so I like a lot of different religions and a lot of different
mhm.
things.
There's
So
actually some validity in a lot of different religions. So I don't believe that there's only one religion that gets the green light. I believe there is multiple. So I don't condemn anyone for what their religious beliefs are because a lot of times you grow up into a belief. But I will say this, Christians are probably I'm not gonna say Christians. I take that back because then that opens up a door to a whole nother thing. I'm gonna say a lot of these, I'm gonna say so-called Christians because everybody claims that they're religious and a lot of people spend every Sunday in church, but they have so much hate in their heart that it's like you're wasting your 24 hours. You're spending it incorrectly. So if you do consider yourself to be a person of the Lord or just a person that loves people, but then you waste so much time and energy hating or disliking certain things, even condemning other people, you wasted your time. And I don't believe that the Lord is going to say, oh, well, because you were Islam or because you were this, you don't get to make it through the gate. I don't believe that. I believe that if he is exactly who we say he is, then he loves everybody and he wants you to love your neighbor. He wants me to love my neighbor. And he's not gonna say, oh, well, Lanitra, you know what? They were this or they were that, and so they're not gonna make it. You know what? Because I do believe that I hope we all get there, but I do believe that I secured my spot. And if I did, just know if you don't like me, he not creating a whole separate space for you. He gonna be like, "Oh, Lanitra, where you want to go?" I'm gonna be like, "Everywhere." So, I do believe that a lot of people put too much emphasis on their beliefs. Just be a good person. It doesn't cost anything.
yeah,
It's
that's
free.
people hide behind some label, whether it's
Mhm.
Christianity or whatever, and kind of like use it to, I don't know, treat everyone bad and to exclude and to be mean and
Mhm.
to, say, you know,
They're some of the most meanest people I know. I ain't gonna lie.
it's,
No.
and yeah, it's so annoying. It's so annoying.
Well,
Um, uh,
for me, I was brought up Baptist. I was brought up in a very religious Christian household family. It started out that way, and then once I got older and started meeting people, I just couldn't really put my finger on there's only one right way. I don't agree with that.
yeah,
There's more than one right way. Like they say, there's several ways to skin a cat, all that. It's several ways to get to God. I just don't believe that, if I worship a different God than what you worship, am I not as good as you? Or if somebody's going to be wrong on Judgment
yeah.
Day, somebody's
That,
going to be wrong, you
my
know?
my wife in the fifth grade class she has 27 students and three of them are Muslim, and it's
Hmm.
the highest number that she's had so far. But
Hmm.
we're really happy with that because we like to see religious diversity, because
Absolutely.
it strengthens the community.
Hmm.
Um, so
Like the fledge. When I first put up to the fledge, I was like, where am I going? But I knew what I was going for. So the building didn't matter to me, you know? So I will say a lot of times, yeah, people do use the word Christianity to hide behind their actions. just be a good person. That's it.
I Fonda too. We love that you wake up with love and you wake up with that gratitude. And I think that, you could be, just by yourself on an island and treat the animals and the plants and everything right, and still be that good person, that decent human being, never heard of any other religion, and still be on the right side of God or whomever you want to say.
I am.
Right?
You know why? I know this is a transparent moment. And so a lot of people don't know. A lot of people sometimes don't know where you come from. So for that reason, like, sometimes I don't talk a lot. Sometimes I do talk a lot, but I do watch. I observe everything. So a lot of people wouldn't know, that I was raised by my mom in a single parent household, or they wouldn't know that, you know what I'm saying? I had to endure a lot of things that other children maybe hadn't, at a young age. I've slept outside, maybe not having anywhere to go at the present moment. I was fast. I did all those things. I started having a family at a very young age. I got married when I was 18, my first marriage when I was 18 years old. And I had a total of 4 children before me and Anthony started dating. Then I had another 4. So it's, people are always going to judge you. I've danced. I've done a lot of things that maybe someone else in their life wouldn't even be able to bounce back from. But that is why I treat people the way that I do. You never know where someone came from.
Yeah.
And you never know what the way that you treat them can make them go. Yeah. I've been blessed to have really great people in my life, and they've been unexpected people. And that's something I've always prayed about. Lord, send people to me. I never wanted to look for anybody. I've never put out a help wanted, we're hiring sign at the salon. You know what I did? I asked the Lord, I said, Lord, if they're supposed to be here, send them. I don't care who they are. If they're supposed to be here, send them.
That happens to us a lot. We call it serendipity.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of shows up, and and sometimes it's not what we expected, not what we thought we wanted.
Yeah.
It's something completely different.
I think a lot of times I'm not what people expect either. I think sometimes I'm not the person they thought would be on the other end of the phone. But yeah, like, it's life, and I love it. I love every moment. Good or bad.
I wasn't sure where we were going to go with the interview, but I knew we were going to have fun. And, it felt like 2 nights ago you were here for the first time, right?
Yep.
And it felt like we knew each other because of the 8 weeks that I've been watching and all of that. So yeah. So yesterday I had Reese Felsing on the show.
Mm-hmm.
He's an attorney, and he has a question for you, and you're going to have a question for the person for tomorrow. Okay. And his question for you is, what does your brand mean to you? What is AddiXions Salons? What's the story? What's the brand? What are you? Where'd that come from?
Okay, so AddiXions for me meant a lot. So I went to cosmetology school twice. I've been doing hair since I was about 12 years old. Then I stopped. I got a really great job at MIPSERS, Michigan Public School Retirement System, stayed there for years. And then I went back to doing hair. I went to school the first time through Harry Hill. Then I stopped doing hair again. Then I went to Douglas J, and then opened a salon. But along the way is when I first met Miss Fonda. And I always said that if I had a salon, I would name it AddiXions. And I would name it AddiXions with an X, purposely, not to be confused, but because beautifying yourself and feeling great about who you are is an addiction. And if it's not an addiction for you, it should be, because that is where everything stems from. If you don't look good, you don't feel good. So that was why I called it an addiction. The other thing is, when people want to get themselves made up and beautiful, they don't care what's due. You can have your car note due. You can have your rent due. They're gonna be like, listen, I'm sure if I call them, they'll be able to work something out, but I got to get my hair done. So that's why I called it addiction.
So can I call you and work something out and pay you?
No. So what I was saying was, they call their bills and work.
No, I got you.
But that's why I named it Addictions, though, because it to me is more than just doing hair and just doing, your face and your nails. It's bigger than that.
Yeah. What would you say to like let's say some punk rock kid that walks around in their, torn leather jacket and torn jeans and torn boots?
Mm-hmm. What would I say to them?
Yeah.
Live their best life.
No,
Live their best life. Huh?
Do they need to come to a salon? Do they need to get a makeover? Because they might say the opposite is what I'm trying to say.
You know what? I probably wouldn't, because remember I was saying, I like people to be who they are. So I don't ever want to impose on anybody. And if that's what you like, love what you like and maximize it. Do it to the best of your ability. So if maybe, let's say they're punk rock and don't know how to color their hair, come to me. And I can make that hair pop, So yeah, I'll tell them live their best life, rock it out.
I was actually trying to make sure that nobody on that side didn't understand, when they or they change the color of their hair, it's the same thing. If they find that little patch that's just right, it's the same thing. So we all are trying to do it at some level. Even I had to pick my shirt today. I always wear an entrepreneur shirt, so I have Fugly McGillicuddy. It's one of my guys I went to high school with, had a fashion brand in Lansing at the runway. So
that's dope. I never heard of that. I might have to get that.
Yeah, it's a good one. Tomorrow is a guy, his name is David Silva Smith.
Okay.
He is an angel investor. He is a good friend of mine. We go back a long time, and he's one of my partners in what we call the Pledge Fund. What question did I pass on to him from you?
So as being an angel investor, what do they expect from the community? What do they expect to get back? Because being an angel investor, I'm sure that he would expect some sort of return possibly at some point. So what do they expect to get back?
Okay. So I'm going to ask him that question tomorrow. Now I got to figure out how to ask you that same question. When you invest in the community, because I know that you do in a lot of different ways, what do you expect to get back?
Honestly, I don't expect to get back nothing. What I will share with you is I am a really, really blessed individual. And it goes back to my prayer life. I pray about everything. So me, my family, our salon, they've kind of even all got in on it too. Like we all do it. And we don't do things with the expectation that you have to do something back for us. We do it because it's what you should do. We do a lot of volunteer things. We always do the kids connect. I also do the It's a Breast thing. So I do the photo shoots, the hair and the makeup and the nails of the breast cancer survivors. And we do it all with the expectation of nothing but expecting a blessing from him. I don't look at other people and expect anything back. You have to actually walk through life with the expectation. What if nobody did nothing for you? You got to go out there and get it yourself. So, yeah.
I love the way you think. I love the habits that you have. It's been such a pleasure. And I'm probably going to repeat this again to you tonight at some point, but it really has, again, been a pleasure to have you in One and All and to meet you. I'm gonna talk a little bit about some things I have to talk about with the Pledge for a second. And then I'm gonna come back and ask you something.
Okay.
One more thing. So please subscribe to the Pledge's YouTube channel. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. we have 99 problems, but a pitch ain't one. We cleaned up the intro so we don't swear no more. So hope that's not too boring. Every damn day airs at 2 p.m. and 10,000 Pledges airs every Tuesday at 3. So check out our YouTube, learn some stuff about us, but more importantly, learn stuff about people like Lanitra here. So what you want to take us out with? Some great advice, a rap song, deuces, anything you want.
I'm gonna take us out with. It has been my pleasure too, as well, Jared. You are an awesome person. I'm glad that I got to meet you. But I'm gonna take us out with. I just want to charge everybody who's watching right now, and I want to charge them to be better than you were yesterday. Don't compete with people. When you start competing with people, you lose. Be better than yourself. There's no competition out here. Love each other. Life isn't promised. And I'm gonna end it with I wanna cuss. I'm not gonna cuss, but I'm gonna say the hell with COVID. And I hope after election all this is over with because I can't take it no more.
I understand your desire to want it to be done. So I hope we all stay safe. I love the advice that you just gave. I mean, just listening to you made me better already. So the advice itself made it all come
Awesome.
true. So have a great day, everyone. Have a
Have a
great
great day,
day.
guys.